Hello?
I thought you abandoned me.
Oh no. Well, maybe did for a couple of hours at least.
Well, I'm sure I'll
Yeah.
get over it eventually.
Okay, good. Well, I hope you will. I don't know
What are you
what we'll do otherwise.
What are you up to?
I am currently I'm kind of cleaning. I'm just moving
Cleaning.
around. Yeah, a bunch of books at the business house. Just trying to make sense of like what's
Ah,
trash and what's not because a lot of stuff, the ink faded and shit.
I
So,
see.
yeah, but I'm
Well,
not doing anything else anymore.
earlier my
Mm-hmm.
motorcycle was stranded at the docks because
What?
I tried to do a little trucking, and then
Oh.
and then uh my my whatchamacallit, the truck they
I
gave
don't know.
me, the, the
Yeah.
grime truck they gave me, it flipped on its side and I couldn't get it reflipped, and there was
Oh no.
nobody around to help me, so I started walking to the docks, and I
Oh
walked, and then
shit.
I got um a little tempted by um I got tempted by something to climb, and I fell from it,
Mm-hmm.
and there was nobody around to help me.
Oh
And so
no.
then local EMS picked me up, but then they don't take you back to where you want to go. So
Yeah.
my bike's still there, and also my grime
Okay.
truck is still on its side somewhere,
Okay. Well.
or maybe not anymore, because
Okay.
yeah,
Well. Um. Well, what are we gonna do about it then?
I don't know, man. Um,
Okay. Okay. Well. All right.
I just
Okay.
wanted to tell you about my day.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I understand. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Sorry, I
Yeah,
was in I was cleaning, so I was in like
you. So
solving mode. You know.
you weren't listening. You were
I
cleaning. You
was. I
weren't
was.
listening.
I
No,
was
I get it.
listening. I was listening, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was just thinking about, okay, there are things
Look,
that need to be taken care of. So how do
I
we take
know
care of this thing?
I know I talk a little slow. Maybe if I talk a little faster, you'll be okay. But it's really hard to talk
It's
fast with the
okay.
draw, and then I get so
It's
used to
okay. It's
talking
okay.
slow that then
It's
even when
okay.
I'm not talking with my draw, I'm
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
slow. And then when I'm tired, I talk even slower. And I'm
it's
just a slow
okay.
talker, okay? Like,
I'm also just slow.
all right.
You know.
I just
Yeah.
found 3 packets of corn seeds, a house
Nice.
key labeled trash, and
Yep. Outside
a
of Takasuya. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no, and a
Oh,
Junior
not.
Huntley Blaine County Mayor plushie,
Oh.
all just hanging out beside the apartments in that little grassy area.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well.
mm.
Fuck. I hate
I'm seeing a
litters.
lot of those plushies. I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of
Yeah.
Party Hardy books, uh,
Oh, yeah.
just
Yeah.
just hanging out in places.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, should I pick you up?
yeah, that's what I'm waiting for you to offer, but
Right.
you were being rude and just
Was I?
continued to clean
I
and not pay
so
attention to
I
what I
should
was saying.
so I was paying attention, but you were just talking about your bike and not
Yeah,
any
and
car or anything. I don't want to assume, you're
right.
like a child that just needs a ride every fucking day, everywhere.
Please take me to
You know.
soccer practice.
No, I'm not your mom.
You don't have to be
Oh
my
God.
mom to take me to soccer practice. You can be my friend's
Well,
mom.
oh my God, I'm not gonna let you in the car. Okay, where are you? Where are you?
I'm in a bush. You're here. All right,
Yes.
wait.
Oh,
Here I
that's
come.
here.
Here I come. No,
Well,
wait.
too late. Okay.
No.
Goodbye.
Thank you for picking me up.
It's okay. I mean, you're welcome. That's what you say.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a bunch of fucking trash on me, so I need to get rid of it. Before I forget what's what. Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna stay
Ugh.
here so you don't leave me.
Okay. I'm not
Well,
gonna.
I guess you still could leave me, but you'd have to leave your car too.
That's true. I have two more cars.
We're not very far
How have you
from.
been?
We're not very far from the apartments.
Yeah. Fuck. How have you been outside of the being abandoned?
Pass. How have you been?
Oh, pass?
Yeah.
Really? Oh. I have been hungover today.
Yeah?
Yeah. I drank so much vodka yesterday that it.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. I just woke up for a little bit and then decided to not.
I just, I had a lot of trouble sleeping last night because
Oh, you did?
there were fireworks going off everywhere.
Oh yeah.
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 Like everywhere.
Mhm.
Like in my dreams, in the
Yeah.
city, just everywhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink anything. So
Mhm.
you celebrated more than I did.
Well,
And
sure.
yeah. So, way to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry I fell
How's
asleep
everything
when
going?
we were watching the movie the other night.
Oh no, that's okay. It's good to get some sleep when, when you're able to. Why did I just? Okay.
Hope I didn't snore too much for you.
Nah. I watched the movie and then I did a little reading.
And then you deserted me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. But I mean, you were sleeping.
Well,
I didn't want to wake you
I
up.
wasn't sleeping for a whole day and a half, Simon.
No, no. Oh, well. What the fuck am I? Do you see that?
Dude, I don't. It depends
Oh,
on what you're talking about.
right above us. Oh my god, what the hell? I can't.
Uh,
I see a. What the fuck? Okay.
There's a moon above us. There's some
No,
trees.
no, not that high. Okay, no. So it's just me.
Oh
Okay,
wait.
interesting. There's a black
seems
square.
to be a like a wall panel
Like
or
a
something.
painting? Yeah, something. Yep.
Mm.
All right, great. Okay.
It's censored.
It is. Yeah, that is what it is.
It's probably
Okay.
one of those portals. You remember the portal that we saw? It was like
Oh shit!
a little bit different,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I gotta go up to my apartment real quick to drop off some stuff.
all right.
I don't necessarily want to leave the car out unless, or I mean, if you want to just, I don't know,
I'll stay right
drive it,
here.
or
And no,
okay.
I'm just gonna stay here, and I'm gonna just stare at people who ask me to move it.
Oh well, all right, great, thank you, very helpful. All right, what are you doing? Oh, okay, all right. Okay, let's try that again. All right. Okay. I'm not asking you to move it. I'm moving it. You okay? You're just being a little weirdo. Okay.
What's wrong? only saw one person. It was that guy who kept coming out there. He kept running out and taking out a car and looking in a trunk and then putting the car away and then running back to the apartment and then coming back out and then yeah. I imagine he was trying to. He probably had a low floor, and he was probably like managing all of his storage or something.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Because he was very quick in and out of the apartments.
Yep.
You know. Can we move? Because that car door being open is driving me nuts. Ding.
Okay.
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Sorry, I was texting because Jasper texted me asking if I'm around, and I said yes, but I'm kind of busy right now. I think he just wanted to show me something, but I know he did, but
Are you avoiding Jasper?
No, I'm not. It's just, it's always complicated because it's like, okay, so now I picked you up and he wants to show me a thing. So is it like, let me just ask.
Is it a thing that other people can see? If not, you can drop me off at my bike and we can meet up later. If so, then
we'll
just take
see.
me with you. Whatever.
Yeah. Where's your bike?
It's at the dock, like over by where the trucking is.
So I just picked up a friend, and I don't know what we're gonna get into. So if do you just wanna show it to me? Okay. Can I just stop by with him in the car, or should I just come alone? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's okay to for you to be there as well, but
all right.
Yep.
To keep me away from your friends makes me feel like you think I'm Ken or something. You know?
No. Oh.
I try to keep him away from my friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah, no, I did something weird by accident just now, but yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'm not gonna be good if you just keep staring at me. Okay?
Well, before I was staring at you just to creep you out, and now I'm staring at you because I'm a little worried.
Don't be. This was just like normal weirdness, like yeah.
Yeah, you needed to take that turn back there. Oh, I guess we're going to Jasper.
Yeah, he said 2 minutes, but if I just drive slow.
All right.
Yeah, he got a tree planted outside his house.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he wanted to
Should I
see
get a
it.
tattoo?
If you want to.
I don't know.
Why the fuck am I driving up here? Oh, there's trash there.
I feel like the first tattoo is always a big decision.
Yeah, after
but then
that,
it just
it's
opens
not so
the
much.
floodgates and you're just like, whatever, man.
Yep.
Just don't spell the words wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Or do if it's funny.
Yeah, if it's funny. Yeah. I mean, if you have something that you'd like, then why not? I think that's him. Was that him? I don't know. I have this one on my arm that never got finished.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Does it look kind of cool unfinished, or is it just kind of look stupid unfinished?
Well, I mean, I guess
or a little
someone else needs
it's
to.
Subjective.
Yeah, I think it's subjective.
All right.
Oh God! Ow, my head.
You remember when we stood up on top of the Liquid Library and
Yeah.
had our first
Hold
big
on.
talk?
Here we are. I do. Wait, hold
Stared
on.
at that junk billboard
Uh-huh.
for like an hour. I don't know how
Yeah.
long we were up there.
Me neither. Oh my god. Here it is. Oh my god, it's huge. That is pretty. This is my friend Tad. Tad, Jasper, Tad.
Hi, Jasper.
Look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. That's really cool. Did she see it already?
Yeah. Did it. She likes it.
She likes it? Well, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Also, I got some flamingos as a bonus.
I can see.
Well, you know what they say. Cherry blossoms always bring the flamingos.
Oh, yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
say, yeah.
It's common. It's common.
Common
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
Right.
Super
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, I wasn't even expecting it's gonna be this huge, to be honest.
It is pretty fucking big. But
like it's even in electricity thingy. So if the city is gonna lose power, it might be me.
it might be your fault. Yeah, it might be your tree.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know who to call and who to complain to if that's the case.
Hey, they better not fucking touch my tree though.
That's true. That's tree. Ha, ha. Oh god. Alright. That's very cool. Even easier to find your place now.
You should see the cul-de-sac now. Almost every house has a cherry blossom at the front.
Oh
of it.
really? Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Just
it.
pass by, at least
Yeah.
from like a further
Yeah,
distance
from
if
a
you want
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. I'll,
If you don't
drive
want to
by
like
there.
dive in, you know.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright,
Okay, well that's so
appreciate you.
cool. Yeah.
Have a good
you
one.
too,
Bye
dude.
bye.
It was nice to meet you.
All right, now your bank. We're gonna go this way. That is a huge ass tree.
What should we do today?
Mm.
Please not trucking. I didn't last. It wasn't even a mile. I didn't even drive a mile before
Oh.
that tipped.
See.
I just the first time I had
You
to
can
make a
actually
big
see them
turn.
here.
You know,
Yeah. See
It
how
just
many there are up
flipped
there.
over.
I guess we should go back to towing until we can't anymore.
Alright.
Again, until like, yeah, it just sucks too much, or we can't complete anything on it, or it's just impound request, or well, maybe we can do Mosley's today.
Wait, we can accept the
Sign?
impound request and then look on the map to see if they're in a location that we feel comfortable with.
Right.
We could do that. And then if they're
I mean,
not, we just abandon the job.
Yeah.
I don't know if that hurts my rep or not to abandon
Abandoning
the job.
job. Yeah, maybe we don't take them. Well, yeah. Maybe we just steer clear of them.
Most of the time when I abandon a job, it's because things get cursed. you know?
Yeah.
So. Like last night when the tow truck sensors they must have been muddied up or something because they just would not they would not sense the car on the flatbed. And all my little tricks to get it, you know, wiping off the sensors and you know, trying from the other side and blah blah blah. Nothing was working.
It sucks.
Sucky.
So
I
we
think
go
it was
down
probably
here, right?
the car, the manufacturer. Yeah.
This
They
is
just
not where we
built it in
go.
a way. Well,
This
it
is where
can
we go.
be.
I don't fucking
Alright.
know.
Yeah, just
I'm just following the thing.
yeah. I mean, the
Yeah.
little lot is right up there. This isn't like picking up a Mosley's delivery. It's
Yeah.
I wonder if my bike's there or if I'm gonna have to talk to the local
So much
valet.
trash. Yeah, maybe. There is a teeny tiny chance that
Okay.
There's so much trash here.
Just over by the guy. Okay, right here. Yeah. Alright, I get it. There's a teeny tiny chance that what?
That, if Ethan's gonna be around, I need to dip with him for a little bit, but
Oh, sure.
might be not.
Well, in those cases, I can just continue doing tow, and you can keep getting rep for it. That's fine.
Is it cursed?
I think so. It says it's at the apartment. It's not. I don't think
Oh.
it's at the apartment, so I think I'm just out of luck.
Okay.
Out of luck today.
Oh,
Also, the Boxville that got flipped on its side, it doesn't say it's out or in. It's just like a little box.
That's
So,
weird.
Yeah. Well, I guess. My bike.
Okay.
I have the other one side. Now my bike's deserted me. I finally got you back, and now my bike.
Yeah, well, you can't have everything, can you?
But I want to have everything.
Yep. Don't we all? Don't we all?
All right. I'm over it.
Good.
Yeah. So you got a letter that made you angry?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to talk about it, but you can if you want. I'm here to listen.
Yeah. It was a leather. It was leather. It was not. It was a letter from my mom.
Oh.
Which is weird because.
Sonny, speak up a little.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
Now I can't hear you. You whispering?
I may have
there we
accidentally whispered. It's alright.
You know what? It's like what they say if dogs bark. You start whispering. Oh my god, what the hell? Well, alright. I'm going here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I hate
there we go.
this particular pickup spot.
Might be my fault. Everybody's so scared here. What are you scared of?
Well, it's because this big tow truck keeps ramming into people.
I don't think that's why. Oh.
I would definitely be scared.
Well, yeah.
Of a big
Some maniac just...
Okay, you gotta...
Excuse me!
Hello?
Fuck off!
It's because I have those lights on and they think they have to stop, but they don't need to stop, like, right behind me. That's weird. That's weird.
It is, yeah. Okay.
You okay?
Well, yep. Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright.
Gives me time to talk about this fucking letter. Yes.
Yeah. Tell me all about it.
Well, it's kind of... Well, it kind of sucks for two reasons. One, I don't really care to get letters from my mom. Two, the fact that it got to me means that well, at least she knows where I am. And
Yeah. And if she's
that
figured
means
it out, other
yeah.
people could have.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I guess no reason to be too worried yet. It's just a letter. But it is. It's kind of typical. The whole thing that she sent me. I don't really know what like the main reason is behind the whole letter. I think it might be just that well, she's tried this from time to time. Just kind of getting in touch because she's lonely and kind of putting it on me. Like that I'm I'm a bad person for not calling her or reaching out or whatever. So it's a little bit of that. She kind of starts it off by just telling me about this guy who died last week. I don't even remember. I think she thinks I remember him way more than I actually do. It was one of her boyfriends. I don't remember if it's from like 20 years ago or if it's from like 2 years ago. But yeah, apparently this guy died and she's just talking about him a little bit. About how she's just thinking about how she almost got married to him but then never did. Oh my god. Yep, she's fine. Go talk to this lady.
Don't get run over. Don't worry about if she does.
I'll try not to. Yeah, so she's just kind of talking about that. Like, yeah, how she she's looking back at how it might have been a mistake, or maybe it would have been worth it to actually go through with the marrying him or something, because it's better to be alone together than alone or something. It's just kind of typical stuff that she tends to say.
If he died, she would be
I
alone
know.
now.
I know, right? I think he might have had money. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
So she's like, well, I might be alone now, but I'll have money if I would have married him.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Alright. I don't know. Sometimes she also just, like, she likes to be the victim.
Sure.
To have other people's pity, I guess. And, like, she for sure, she does that a little bit in the letter as well. Why she's just talking about... Oh my... Okay, you hop in.
I'm in.
Okay. Okay, I'm also in.
Maybe just...
I'm gonna wait until... Yeah.
Maybe it's just the first person who gets in the truck has to drive it.
Oh, that's a rule? That's the law.
It's the law of tow trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so she talks about, like, her own health a little bit. I mean, she's not young anymore. She's, like in her 70s. And I think, like she says, actually check what it was. She said, um, she says that the doctor talks about blood pressure and my heart, but what does it really matter when there's no one around to ask how I'm really doing? Hasn't been for a long time. So I'm writing now while I still have the energy, but this isn't an emergency message, but uh, but the tiredness is kind of weighing on her or something. So it's like, she's trying to guilt me a little bit.
No, sure.
And then the best thing is after that, she talks about how she heard I'm part of a mayor's office and like about
How'd
how
she hear that?
well, that's the thing. I guess maybe there have been some news. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it's not a secret, right? Because it's a public
No, it would have been in
decision, I guess.
newspapers at least here, but
Yeah, I think, yeah, maybe. So, I don't know. Yeah, so she talks about how, like you're on the rise again, something like how she wasn't surprised that you've always had ambition, but even though I might not have, or even though you might not believe I ever saw it, I did. I saw a lot. Maybe that's why it hurt so much when everything fell apart back then. Well, not even fell apart, when you broke everything. Yeah, it was hard to watch you build something so beautiful and then tear it down yourself. But maybe this new beginning will give you a chance to do things differently.
so she thinks it was your fault?
Well, I mean,
You felt
it
threatened,
was.
right? You were, but yeah,
Yes,
it was. But
yeah.
Here's the thing: when things like that happen, it's usually not just one person's fault.
Yeah, I mean, for
So-
sure. But yeah, I mean, it's also typical for her because she also talks about, like, she goes on saying, I tried to find you when that scandal was swirling in the media, not to scold you, which is bullshit, but because I'm your mother. Even though I was ashamed, I still wished you would have called. It's like, what the fuck do you think? Why would I have?
Well, she just kind of scolded you
I
right there.
know.
Why did she have to
I
mention
know.
she was ashamed?
I know, because that's what she does. Yeah, give with one hand and take with the other. And yeah, but you didn't call. Not even when everything was taken from you. Pride comes before all. Ugh. And then she goes on talking about how how she was kind of this is so fucking stupid. So yeah, I still remember how when you were younger, you slammed doors and ran off wherever, and I stayed here alone. I carried the weight of this home on my own shoulders. It's like, okay, sorry, you're a parent. That's what you're supposed to do.
She expected the child to carry part of the home.
She did. That's the thing.
I'm gonna go talk
Yeah.
to this guy real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, she did expect quite a lot, and she was just always disappointed. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
Oh God, I did it again.
You were fine.
I was, yeah, but
You were
wasn't sure
scared. You
if I
were.
was. I was, yeah.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I had one of my old friends had a father who was
Mhm.
well, he just had a lot of like very juvenile ideas about what it was like, what it was to be a father, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like tried to make his son guilty for things like didn't want to play
Yeah.
football, you know?
Mhm.
Didn't want to spend every waking moment with his dad or be best friends with his dad, you know?
Mhm.
And actually kind of got I kind of made it worse because everyone saw me as best friends with my dad, but they didn't realize I didn't really have much of a choice in that, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's hard. She had expectations for you that weren't met, and then she blames you for it when you were the child.
Yeah, that's what she hasn't really ever understood that, and I don't think she recognized how she as a parent behaved towards me when I was a child or a teenager. Because she was so in her own head about what was going on in her life. Also, she was drunk a lot, which doesn't really help. And she, now that she's alone after everything that she's done, and she's, I guess, not really able to do the things that she used to do to kind of fulfill her social needs. She turns to me, I guess, and wants me to just feel sad for her, because she kind of ends the whole thing with she talks about yeah, about the carrying the household, whatever, home on my own shoulders. I know you never saw how hard it was, but maybe someday you will. And then she talks about how like, you've always been a loner, and maybe that gave you strength when you were younger. I remember how you swore you'd never need anyone by your side, which I probably did, because yeah,
You saw her
I hated
constantly having people by her side,
yes, yeah, and
but
kind of,
like on a
yeah.
superficial level.
Yeah, and on a level where it was very clear to me that she thought she needed them. Like, she felt so incomplete without without a man in her life, and I fucking hated it. Because they were like, I just saw them as like most of them were just like a waste of space. Um, but yeah, so I remember how you swore you never need anyone by your side. Back then, it sounded like rebellion, but now it just sounds childish. No one can wait. No one can carry on alone forever. No one is that strong.
Why does
Not
she think you're
me and not
alone?
you. Well, I
There are
think
different kinds of.
I know.
She just think of
Yeah.
romantic love as
Yes.
well, and she's wrong
Yeah.
there anyway. You
Well,
know,
she
you're
is. Yeah, I know. I know. But yeah, then she says like, maybe you'll only realize it when you're as old as I am, and on your deathbed. But I hope you finally start to see when it's time to let go of that endless rebellion. Life will teach you if on one way or not or another. And that's it.
well. She got some issues.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh,
we
nice.
made a chunk of change for that one.
Yeah, we did. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Feels like she's taken umbrage with the fact that I told her once, or not even once, a bunch of times, that I will never get married. And sometimes I even told her, just to fucking spite you and prove you wrong, I will not. Um, and I mean, it's like, it's not a hard thing to not do, you know? Or it hasn't
Yeah,
been.
sure. I'm just gonna get a couple more tires here.
Yep. But yeah, so I got that letter, and I don't know, I just got mad. It just,
Yeah. I get it. You know, I saw the letter from my mom and I was mad for, well, a long time. I was mad for a long time. In different circumstances, obviously.
did you get this job as well with vehicle brake?
I just got it. Look at that.
I'm not.
Look at there. We're gonna go, holy shit, all the way up to Polito. Let's go. Hopefully it takes us to the Polito lot too.
Yeah.
And watch it bring us all the way back down to the city. Yeah.
Well, let's hope we get all the kind of good standing with the guy. I hope he likes the fact that we're doing this.
Hey, you know. What's funny is, you know how long I've been doing tow?
For a long time, I guess.
And how long I've been doing Sandy?
Yeah.
This morning when I woke up, I checked my standing, and I was exactly the same. 125 with each.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
But
it is. Ugh, miserable. Let me see, where am I with this guy now? Oh wow, 10. I had
hey,
like
congrats.
5 before. Thank you.
Yeah, you doubled it.
I'm moving up in the world, yeah, huh? Kinda tolerates me.
Sure. Well, he probably doesn't know who you are.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Wow, he looks different, like almost every day.
Well, maybe
I look
that
the
explains it.
same.
Maybe you just think he's.
I
Maybe
look the
that's
same,
not his
and
name.
His name is Tom Towingson.
Yeah, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's a title.
Alright.
You know? And it's just a different guy every day.
Maybe.
The Tom
maybe,
Towington of the day, you know?
Yeah, maybe, maybe it's like, you know, at diners sometimes when they wear their name tags, and one of them forgets one, and they have one
Yeah, they
that's
just
just
grab
like,
it. Yeah.
you know, Luca.
Jane.
Jane. I'm Susan today. And it's like, really, Josh?
Yeah.
You're Susan today? It's like, hey, that's the one thing.
Yeah. I can be Susan if I want to.
Yeah, I'm Susan today. Please and thank you. Yeah.
Is this how we communicate now? I was just looking at Twatter while you refuel.
I just missed you is all.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Try to do better. Alright.
Hello?
Hello, Tad.
Hi. Is this is Ian.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I recognize the dulcet tones of your voice.
Thank you. What does dulcet mean?
I don't know, man. It was just a word I read in a book one time. You know?
I wish I had my dictionary with me.
Yeah, I think it's supposed
You
to
know
be
what?
pleasant. It's supposed to be a pleasant word. Siney, do you know what
Oh.
dulcet means?
Mm, I think it's supposed to be pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Siney also thinks it's supposed to be pleasant. So.
Well, thank you very much, Tad. How are
Hey,
you
you're
doing
welcome.
today?
Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing quite well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have any guns, you're looking to get rid of, would you?
You know, I don't have any that I'm looking to get rid of, but I do recall recently one of my friends mentioned that they found a bunch of guns at the sanitation yard in one of those dumpsters. Now, I don't know that they're still there because there were magazines and everything, but that's a place to look. So.
The sanitation yard, you say?
Yeah. Now, good luck.
I see.
I very much doubt that the guns that were found there earlier this week are still there, but they might be.
Where is the sanitation yard?
If you look at your map on your GPS, the sanitation yard has a big old trash truck underneath a garage on the map. You see it's near where the tow yard is, where the hook is, and you go a little bit south, and there's the sanitation yard.
Oh, I think I found it.
Yeah. So go check there. Don't get your hopes too up, because, like I said, it was a while ago. But
Well, thank you so much for this information.
Well,
this
you're
gang is
welcome,
going to
Ian.
be popping.
It's gonna be so good. All right.
Well, thanks for answering my call, Tad.
Yeah.
It was nice speaking with you.
Hey, Ian. Be sure to take your multivitamin. It's very important.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I forgot to take it last night. Thanks for the reminder.
No problem. All right. You have a great day.
And you as well.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was creepy.
Oh. Oh wow.
He thinks I'm his gun connect.
Oh. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I hope those guns aren't there.
They are not.
Okay, good. Because previously I gave him a different dumpster to look in that had a bunch of guns in it, but they were all like broken guns.
Yeah, those were also broken guns.
Okay, well, so it wouldn't have mattered, even if
No.
even if they had still been there. But
Yeah.
figure this will give him a dumpster to check every once in a while.
Yeah.
He just needs to go looking through dumpsters or scuba
Yeah,
diving.
dumpster diving.
You know?
Yeah. Mhm.
He could actually, if I wanted to get him weapons that might still work, I'd have him go scuba diving over by the dam. But I don't want him to have guns that might still work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, that was Ian. He's one of Ken's friends.
Yeah.
He must have found my number in the lemon list and decided, hey, my gun connects up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there goes a cop.
That's. Yeah.
That's a cop, right? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
turn on their lights, so it makes sense that they're driving like a maniac.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they flipped. They just flew so far.
You know what?
No, wait.
I'm almost
see.
guessing
Are they
that
okay?
somebody stole a cop car.
Well, it kind of looks like it. Yeah. Ah.
Hey.
Yeah, they're going down the wrong. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be completely surprised if. If
Someone just left their car unlocked at Sandy.
well, that, but also if a cop just drove that crazy, I wouldn't be completely surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, but I just feel like
Yeah.
it was pretty blatantly bad. Like, Like they were trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
get away with something. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
What?
I just remembered, that you talked about Ken, the other day, whenever it was. Just
Yeah.
kind of saying,
Watch
know,
out for him.
yeah. Have you,
Stay
like,
away.
yeah. Any... I mean, yes, it makes sense just because he is who he is, I guess, but, like,
I talked
feel
to
like
Ember yesterday.
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of telling her, just like giving her information about
Yeah.
what seems to be happening with Ken, you know?
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that she's getting a lot of people, just like I got a lot of people, just telling her to stay away from him.
Right.
And that's not going to work with her. The more you tell her not to do something, the more she's going to want to do it. So, I just wanted to give her the information on what might be happening and say, you know, with this information, that's how you make your decision, you know. She has some sort of a split personality. So I wasn't talking to Ember, I was talking to Charlie, who's a little more put together, but is like Ember's protector. Apparently Ember is suffering pretty bad from the war. And so Charlie's been out and talking to Ken and wanting to destroy and hurt things because that's just what she likes to do. And so I mentioned to her that if she plays into Ken's hand, basically, that's going to hurt her relationship with her wife. It's going to hurt her relationship with whatever group she chooses to hang out with, which Charlie apparently doesn't think of herself as a clown, so it's I wasn't going to mention clowns per se, just like any group is going to be like about Ken. Okay, there are a lot of locals here. You still there? Yeah, you are.
I am. Yep, I am.
Yeah.
I'm just. I'm not active listening. I'm just listening.
No. Okay. So I told Charlie, like, because she said she didn't like being out. I told her, well, if you do something that's going to hurt your wife or the group that you hang out with or the people that Ember loves, you know, you're going to have a harder time getting her to want to come back out. Because she won't be surrounded by the people she loves anymore, you know? So,
Yeah.
That's kind of how that went. I got a text. Oh, it's the fuck is wrong with you text. Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I also need to save Ian's number here.
I gotta actually give Junior a call. He called me. I don't know why my phone didn't ring, but he called me and I need to just... What? Oh, it's on the phone again.
Well, maybe it was something someone else could handle. Who knows?
Probably
I
not.
almost put Ian super crazy. But I just ended up putting Ian. What is this?
Okay.
Oh. Do you want this? It's just a tool set that's almost out.
Sure.
And a trash bag apparently now.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate this spot so much. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it too. You know what? I feel like I want to too. Oh.
Well. Oh my my god!
I missed you.
How are you? How did you manage that?
I'm just so good at driving.
You're super talented, yeah.
So good at driving that I missed her with all my tires.
Yeah,
Because you're
all
not
the
supposed
four
to run
fucking
over
wheels.
people.
That's true, yeah. Uh-huh. But
Even
now
if they are locals, you know?
And even if you want to, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh wow.
Hello.
Is your refrigerator running?
I do not own a refrigerator, young one.
Well, you better go get one.
Noted.
Oh, I think I was supposed to hang up. Whoopsies.
Hello?
What is happening with you right now?
Memories?
I would have called you sooner, but I was in the midst of something. But
Why would you have needed to call me sooner?
well, on account of the copious amount of texts and lyrics that I found in my, my chat box. You
see.
clearly are having, as you've just said, a memory flood.
Interesting. It seems I sang some songs to you. And thought you were Marcus.
Yes, that is a good question, Marcus.
You don't know about Marcus yet.
I don't believe that I do.
I told someone about Marcus. Who did I tell? Probably the only other two people I tell things to.
Well, I imagine I can think of one of those people.
Who's that?
Your therapist?
Joe! Yeah, she probably knows about Marcus. Or maybe she doesn't. I thought you knew about Marcus, but you don't know about Marcus, so...
No.
Maybe I haven't told her. Maybe I should tell her.
Perhaps you should, though, Marcus sounds like a interesting lad, based on first impressions.
What's your ping?
523. Let's see here. Oh, that is a little bit out of the way.
Watch out for the murder kitties.
Yeah. I will watch out for the murder kitties. I'll see you soon.
Alright.
Bertha?
Hello. Didn't see you there. The murder kitty doesn't usually come up here.
Is that why you're on the,
She stays down there. She's down there.
If you want to be safer, we can stand on my car.
Are you scared?
Well, not necessarily, but fear and death are, well, not the same thing.
She won't come up here. I spend a lot of time up here.
Hmm.
It's a nice view.
It is. It is an incredibly nice view.
Even that's a nice view. Despite all
Yeah.
the ugly machinery down there. Sometimes ugly is good.
It is.
Were we talking about something?
Well, you were certainly talking about an individual. Do you remember who you were talking about, or do you want me to remind you?
You were looking at the mask.
Well, let's just say I've seen that particular mask type before in a very specific place, worn by a very specific individual.
This mask reminds me of Bertha.
So, was Bertha one of your family's pigs?
She was the mother sow. It was my job to help her wean the piglets without killing them. I suppose she was my mother of sorts. But she died.
As they all do
Marcus
eventually.
cut her head off. To get to me. So, see, this mask reminds me of the last day I saw her.
Sorry for your loss.
She was a pig. And she was very old when they killed her. I just would have wished for a more dignified way to leave the mortal coil, as they say, than one of your children's ex-best friends getting back at him. I don't think it was probably worth it to him in the end.
Likely not. Is that something you remembered before, or has that just come back to you?
I was 17. I remembered it. I've told 4 people? Maybe 3. Not you, though.
Well. Suppose now I know.
Marcus was having trouble at home. When I met him. His mother bought him pudding cups. And then didn't put one in his lunch. Because she was preoccupied with things that were going on at home at the time. Including her own illness. But Marcus just saw that pudding cup as a sign of her love, as well as the note that was missing that he always got in his lunchbox. So he was crying at a table, all alone. And I came up to him and asked what was wrong. And I explained that his mother didn't dislike him. She still loved him, of course. She was just preoccupied and forgot. She was probably kicking herself when she noticed. And I gave him my pudding cup. I didn't tell him that I had packed it, because my grandmother bought pudding cups just to make me look normal. There was no love put in my school lunch. He didn't need to know that part, right? From then on, we were inseparable. Until I told the girl he liked that he wanted to touch her boobs because he forgot that I had to read all my texts out loud. We were at a party, and he texted me and he asked, "Hey, do you think Stacy would mind if I touched her boobs?" And I said all of that out loud as I was reading the text. And then I texted him back, "You'll only know if you ask, man." And I said that out loud as I was writing the text. And then I looked up, and all of our friends were laughing, including Stacy, who was also a little red, but not as red as Marcus. And that's why he killed Bertha 2 years later. Despite having dated Stacy after that. He decided it was more fun to bully me because he forgot something that I've been doing since we met. Marcus was stupid, but he liked to call me stupid.
That's usually how it goes with bullies.
He called me stupid even when we were friends. I think he was agreeing with me. Because I called myself stupid. Because that's what my grandmother told me to call myself.
Well, if there's anything I would say to that is that you are very far from stupid.
I have my times.
guess I wonder then if perhaps your love of animals comes from Bertha and of what happened to her.
My love of animals came much earlier than that.
Hmm.
My father noticed that I had no empathy. My grandmother had taken it from me. And so he took me out for walks, and he taught me empathy with animals. Because I had already had an aversion to things like fishing. He knew I cared for them. I think perhaps I would have grown out of some of that if it hadn't been for his lessons. I was put in charge of Bertha for that reason. I was to pay attention to her, figure out what her mood was and what she needed. After all, she couldn't tell me. It's something you had to feel. And as we got closer, she also acted on my moods. And that's how I learned empathy.
Perhaps you would know this better than others, but are pigs on the same intelligence level as a 4-year-old?
Who's that? Donkersloot.
She's
Didn't wanna
just
stay.
she's just doing a check-in.
Were you scared of me, Ken?
It's not that I'm scared of you. I don't get scared. It's that I wanted to ensure, because of the fact that you seem to be having, well, a flood occurring. Your reaction, well, I'm unsure of your reaction.
I see.
I didn't expect that she was going to come driving by like that, but
Well, she wanted me to know that someone was watching.
I suppose she did.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well. I hope you don't think less of me for that.
Do you really care what I think of you, Ken?
Actually, maybe. I mean, I don't really care if you think I'm, scum of the earth, per se. But, at the same time...
You don't want me to think you have a survival instinct?
At the same time, I would, rather be safe than sorry, as it were.
Sure.
Because the same thing happened to me once upon a time. Whatever you're experiencing right now.
I'm talking about the memories that I had before the flood.
Right. But in this moment, in this time, are you experiencing something coming back to you in such a way that you are unable to control your impulses?
What would my impulse be?
Well, for
To tie you
starters,
down, pull back your fingernails, stick my fingers in your nostrils and pull back over your head. I could keep going. I'm not going to.
well, considering this from you, don't call me stupid, Marcus. You're the one who jumped. It wasn't a real question.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think I'd be able to fly if I flopped my arms really fast? It probably actually requires feathers, huh?
Sure. We were standing on the roof of the porch. When I asked him that, it was after he had called me stupid for some reason. He decided to test it. He didn't break a bone, but he did land on his ankle funny. And then he kept calling me stupid. I'm not the one who jumped. We were probably 6 or 7.
Six or seven.
In that
was
range.
before your...
My mother?
well, yes.
Yes. They let her stay for a week. It was 1 week where I got to go to sleep every night. Someone read to me at night. She would whisper to me that she was going to get me out of there. But she had to figure out how to do it without them following. She packed my lunches every day. She brushed my hair. And then one night, my grandma said they had a surprise for me. And she took me out to the barn. To the post we had. My father didn't usually kill on our property, but I guess she made an exception. I was told to tie her up. My mother, not my grandmother. So I did. And I was sloppy about it. But she didn't know knots, so she didn't know I had been sloppy about it. And then I got to stand over by the hay bales. My grandmother behind me, forcing my head forward and my eyes open. And she triggered my father, and he started crying. And my mother started crying. She hadn't when I was tying her up, but they were looking at each other. he stepped behind her and he slit her throat. And he did a bad job of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is a way to do that and make it look convincing, but also potentially still recoverable. Perhaps he did that on purpose. He still fulfilled the duties, did he not?
Perhaps. All I know is that I was sent to the kitchen to make dinner. And my dad was sent to take a shower, which is what she would have him do to forget. Only he didn't take a shower. He broke his programming. Because I think my mother made him strong enough to break it. And while my grandmother was cleaning up and driving my mother somewhere to be discovered later, my father came to me and said, "She's not dead, don't worry." And then my grandmother came home and told me I was dreaming and I should go back to bed. And when I woke up the next morning, I didn't remember. It was a power play for my grandmother. But I don't think it was aimed at me. I think it was against my father. My mother was his mistake. Maybe she didn't say the words right. Maybe that's why he didn't take a shower.
Or maybe he was being defiant.
She knew that he would when it came to my mother. That's how he lost his motor memory. He insisted on feeling a complicated emotion. Twice, for two different people. So that's one of the memories I'm dealing with, but you know, there are others and others and others and others.
I can imagine.
There are things that she didn't take from me that I'm suddenly remembering because, you know, you don't remember your whole life, every minute of your life, otherwise you would go crazy, you know?
Been there, done that. Except that in my case, I became my adopted father.
Oh.
Yes.
Took up an interest in film?
Well, not exactly. Mine was a bit quicker. I more or less just took on his mannerisms for a time, but I was grounded. It was, his name was Lionel. He was a fat excuse for a Vinewood film director.
Maybe he knew my father.
Maybe. He did know a lot of people. He had a lot of connections. Hell, maybe he and your grandmother went to the same parties. You know, standing over the punch bowl, drinking martinis, talking about what fucked up
Murder.
shit they did today. Yeah.
My grandmother, she didn't particularly like parties unless everyone there was under her thumb.
Mm. I take it she probably wouldn't approve of us communicating, even if we have some shared interests.
I was breaking my directive.
Mm-hmm.
I was not only rebelling against my grandmother, but I was rebelling against my current handler in order to break the directive. It was a fairly easy one. I've always been defiant. The don't talk to psychopaths and cult leaders kind of loses its edge when you're introduced to them every week. Do you like fruit and cottage cheese? Like peaches or pineapple? Maybe strawberry.
I like a good strawberry and a peach. Not a fan of
Pineapple?
I'm not a fan of pineapple, and I'm not a fan of what you mentioned before that. What was it?
Cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese, yes.
I like the fruit in the cottage cheese. It's good.
Perhaps I should try that sometime. You know, it has been some time since I've had, a tried cottage cheese.
Well, now, maybe you should try the cottage cheese first before you ruin the fruit.
I suppose that's true. Wouldn't want to, disrupt the flavor.
Yeah, it's very rare to dislike one thing in a combination of things and still like the combination of things. It happens sometimes.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that because, I'm not a huge fan of bacon, on its own. But, bacon on pizza, I don't mind that.
Thought maybe you were going to say BLT. I like BLTs. It's about the tomato, though. You have to have a really good tomato. Tomatoes and cottage cheese are also very good. But only if you like cottage cheese.
Of course.
Did you ever get to take a vacation as a child?
Yes.
Was it a good vacation or was it gruesome?
Well, when I was a child, depending on which period of time that we are speaking of.
With the original parents.
The original parents. It was a regular vacation, or at least as regular as a wealthy child can go on. We visited the Scottish Highlands and a few other places. One of the few times where my parents decided that they actually wanted to treat themselves. And, I came along. I mean, it was a good time. I don't think about it very much, but it was a good time. And the reason why I don't really think about it that much is because I'm so divorced from that version of me that I almost think that it's a completely different person. That it's not my memories, that it's not me who went with them. It's like a dream.
It feels fabricated.
Yes.
I described it to, I think, Sneaky as, I don't. It doesn't feel like my life, it feels like my nightmares.
Hmm.
I'm trying to sort out what's real and what's not.
See, you didn't have the advantage of having a rather mundane life leading up to the moment that you became the person that your grandmother fully made you into.
No, my mundane life was an act that she made me perform.
Exactly. You think that you deserved better. You deserved a life of mundanity. You deserved to be a rich kid going with his parents to, I don't know, the Badlands.
I would have settled just for being normal, whatever that is.
What is normal? That is, that is the question.
You know, when I came out to my grandmother and my father as trans and queer, they didn't, well, my father acted how I thought he would. He was very supportive, but he was concerned. My grandmother treated it like, here's some more proof that we're a normal family with normal issues. I was allowed to be who I was. I talked to Joe a little bit about it, and then when I was unable to say anything because I was accidentally given a directive, Joe didn't understand what I was talking about when I said that there were these two dinosaurs I was imagining, and one of them could only eat grass. He was only allowed to eat grass. He would eat grass even if his stomach was so full of grass that he didn't think he could eat anymore, because that was what he was programmed to do. He was a tool for eating the grass. But he did like the color blue. But liking the color blue didn't mean he didn't still have to eat the grass. Because she started talking about my queerness and how they couldn't take that away from me. She didn't know what we were talking about at that point in time because I couldn't be blatant. And I said they absolutely could have. They could have taken that away from me. They just didn't. Like, I could have had that dinosaur, if I were programming him, decide he liked pink more than blue. I forget where I was going with that, Ken. It happens sometimes. Something profound point.
Something Star Wars.
I didn't really like Star Wars very much.
Your grandmother allowed you to watch it?
I watched it at Marcus's house.
Hmm.
But I don't think grandmother would have stopped me from watching it. After all, having seen Star Wars would have made me normal. It was all about appearances.
So that seems to be what it was about then. It was about You know, I feel like almost like your grandmother essentially put you into the Sims character creator, choosing all the different things that would define you, taking away the things that she did not like and replacing them with something else, keeping the
Yeah.
things that
Playing on easy mode. I was going to say something about how she didn't much care for video games, but that wasn't your point.
Yeah. I'm a great many things. Most of the things are certainly true. Some of them are embellished. However, I will say that she seemingly created a person only in her own image. So, in that sense, you are completely undefinable outside of those parameters.
Are you alive?
Let me take this. I'm still alive. Yes, you can go. I
She
appreciate
can
it.
come
I
up
will.
if she wants.
Oh, he he's inviting you up here if you want.
It's easier when I have a mask on.
Okay. Well, I will catch up with you after I'm concluded with this. I appreciate you coming through here. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's why it was chosen. Yeah. All right. See you later. Goodbye. She's not gonna be coming up here. Not right
I
now.
got that from
Yeah.
the side of the conversation I could hear.
Yeah. I was saying that who knows after this is done who you really are. I mean, I guess you are always going to be in some way, shape, or form defined by the parameters that your grandmother set because that's all you've known. I mean, that being said, there's naturalistic processes within the human body that, I mean, you can't really change those things. I mean, they are what you are, no matter what way someone defines you. I mean, when I made people when I made people see things from my perspective, I did not change who they were. I mean, sometimes they did come out of the process a different person, so to speak. But it was kind of the person that they were underneath coming to the surface. The one they always had within. I just simply accessed the shadow self, as it were, and put it out uh, for all to see. Uh, Again, I can't be someone who can call someone else a monster because it's just not something I can do because
We are all monsters.
yeah. So I can't condemn your grandmother, but I can disagree with your grandmother.
She wouldn't have cared.
No, she wouldn't have. And I wouldn't have cared what she thought of me. But you, the way you feel, the way you are, it is who you are, and I think it's who for all intents and purposes, it is who you are. But I guess at the same time, you would certainly be confused about what's real and what's not real. You know, is what you're feeling about someone what you truly feel about them, or is it a fragment of the programming?
It's going to take a while. Like I said, I rushed part of it, and the rest I'm just gonna have to figure out. Could take years. Could never be finished.
That's kind of my point here, is that I feel like this is something that you will never really truly get the answers to, because even when you break it all, you're never going to truly break it all. It's what defined you.
I've broken the important parts. Even if I'm still acting under some directives or some programming, I get to choose what I do now.
You do. I suppose I wonder how that would make you feel.
How what would make me feel?
Freedom.
Free will is a lot. There are a lot of emotions, a lot of new memories, a lot of not understanding why people are the way they are, even though I put on the act of being so insightful. Just trying to figure it out. One step at a time.
I think you will get there. And you will be able to choose the best parts of yourself. to be the ultimate version of yourself.
What do you think the best parts of me are? I've only ever asked one person, but I was asked once in therapy to think of the things that I feel are me and not my father. This was before she knew I was brainwashed. I had a lot of trouble, so I asked Signe to tell me. Now I ask you.
The best parts of you. I mean, that is a...
You can also criticize me. You can give me the worst parts of me too. That's fine.
Wow. I guess you certainly have a lot to say.
Is that good or bad?
It could be either or, honestly. I mean, you have a lot to say. You have a penchant for writing. You have a story to tell in a lot of ways. I almost feel like you should write a goddamn book. You are a talented writer. You are a talented speaker. Hell, I feel like in a lot of ways, you could get people to bend to your will.
I have no desire for that.
No. But it's certainly something that's there.
I talked to Ember.
Oh, yes?
Or Charlie.
What did she have to say?
Who knows? But, I didn't tell her not to contact you. But I told her what I thought maybe your intentions were. And of course, I also let her know that was a guess. That way she could have some sort of knowledge before she walked into whatever she's walking into.
I see.
Charlie doesn't want to be out. She's just out to protect Ember. So I made sure Charlie knows that if she hurts Ember's wife or the group that Ember is with, and the people that Ember loves are no longer around, Ember's never going to want to come back out. We'll see what happens. We'll see if she was telling me the truth, that she does not want to be out. Either way, both Ember and Charlie now know what I've guessed. And I told them that you want them to ask to be a part of your family. And I think you've got a pretty good shot. Especially if Charlie's in charge.
Well, you've said it yourself, though. Charlie doesn't seem to want to be out.
No, but she wants to hurt people, and she is not a clown. And she likes the information you can provide to her. And truthfully, I think whether it's Charlie or Ember talking, you're going to get plenty of information from her. It's just going to be maybe hard to understand at first.
That goes without saying.
But what I asked of you before still stands true. I still need Joe. But she hasn't really been around for a month, you know. I've talked to her 2 times now, 2.5. A half is a phone call, you know. So, Charlie and I are in the same position where we end up getting our therapy from a psychopath. Not saying that Joe isn't, I don't know.
Well, I think the best therapy is the type of therapy that you get from someone who has been there. Who has actually been there. Someone like Joe can only guess.
I think that's not giving her a fair shake.
Of course. That being said,
But-
you are correct. She has her own baggage. Hell, Rick Locke was interested in her once upon a time. He was one of my sons.
She asked me to ask about someone named Brett.
He was my other son. He was a patient of Joanna.
Yes.
Brett Maxwell and Rick Locke were essentially brothers. The best of friends. They were part of my family. Rick brought Brett in. Rick was of his own devices. Brett was of Rick's devices. Therefore, he was also of my devices. Then there was Kieran. He was the one who you reminded me of. Matter of fact, he even had maybe even a similar background, though maybe not quite as robust. I mean, well, technically, actually, at one point he thought he was an alien, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
I'm not an alien. Maybe a little bit of
Are
a
you
robot.
sure? Well, yeah. Certainly a human machine in the most, abstract way.
It's all a metaphor.
Of course.
There's one more stop.
Are there not 2 more stops?
There's one.
Because didn't you skip one?
Yes. That's the one that's left.
I guess I
5
did do
stops
2
in total.
today, didn't I?
You did. I woke up a little earlier than I usually do. I should say I went to sleep a little earlier than I usually do.
You know, there's a key word that I gave you when talking about my sons that perhaps you noticed or perhaps you did not notice.
Just now?
When I was speaking of Rick and Brett, what did I say about Rick.
I'm not going to be as insightful in this form.
I see. I suppose it was worth a shot. But,
Did you shoot him?
no. I said that he was willing. Not everyone in my family was brainwashed.
Just the
A lot
ones
of them.
who were unwilling, or
Just the ones that, honestly,
Needed
the
help.
ones that fucked up or needed help in a very specific way.
Ian appears to be brainwashed.
I did not do that. That was something that happened to him after he had already joined us, years after he had left us.
I believe you told me about it. I don't think I
Yes.
intuited that. But
He
I'm
was
having trouble
brainwashed by...
drawing specific memories. So
Of course. He was brainwashed by the people who essentially brainwashed me. Kind of a full circle situation going on here. But my point is, even if you don't ask me the question that I always bring up, it doesn't mean that it has to happen. I would accept you one way or the other. I would accept you no matter what. Brainwashed, not brainwashed.
a pacifist in your midst?
Kieran was that. He was brainwashed, but he did not necessarily like hurting people. And that remained true even after the process. For a time, even Ursula, though she was part of us, she did not like hurting people. She stayed on the periphery. She gave information. There are other uses beyond hurting people.
Do I need to be useful at all?
Not necessarily. But, at the very least, can you be trustworthy? That's the question.
Can anyone really be?
I suppose not. I mean,
Nobody is a reliable narrator, Ken.
nobody's a reliable narrator. And if I'm being honest, I couldn't really trust most of the people in Smileys. But, regardless of that, I loved them all the same. Even when they fucked up. Most gangs, they want to blood you out. They want to shun you and send you on your way, whether in a body bag or something else. I don't. You know, one of the biggest qualities outside of my narcissism is I'm incredibly forgiving. Call it a fault, call it a good thing. I don't know. I suppose it depends.
On the situation.
Yeah. Two of my top lieutenants were very gung-ho on really giving people a punishment beyond what was necessary. They were a bit more gang in their mentality, but I was the one person who reeled them in from that. Because in my estimation, family is incredibly important to me. I'm not a gang leader who just jumps at principle and just says, oh, we're a family. Oh my god, we're a family. We're a family. But it's empty. It's empty calories because at the end of the day, you know what they're going to do? They're going to take people out to this very mountaintop here and they're going to slit the throat of someone in their family because they did something that they weren't supposed to do. I actually mean what I say when I say that this is a family. And you can interpret that any million ways you want, and you could even choose not to believe me, but I have spoken. And I guess you could even make the argument that the Smileys fell because I was so goddamn forgiving.
What did you forgive?
Well, for starters, Kieran accidentally revealed the location of where we did a lot of the brainwashing to a person that did not need to know about that. Which, typically speaking, would result in that person, Kieran, probably being excised. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I've never had gang mentality, but I suppose it's the same as showing someone where the evidence is.
Mm-hmm. I beat him over the head with a hammer, but I did not kill him. Hell, he came to me once. At the fishing area. I cannot fully remember the details of why we were meeting there, but he was admitting things to me. He admitted a lie to me. He told me that he had killed somebody who we didn't like. And he lied. He didn't kill that person. He let that person go. He fully expected that I was going to stab him and drop him in the water right there where we were. Instead, I hugged him. Like this. And I walked away.
That's one way Kieran and I are different. I wouldn't lie to you, I just wouldn't agree to kill someone.
And you are fully within your right to do that.
I tell you things that could get me into trouble all the time. I didn't need to tell you that I talked to Ember, for example, though I'm sure she would tell you eventually.
Perhaps so. But I didn't know that. This is the first time I'm hearing it.
My memory's foggy, but it was either yesterday or a year ago, whatever.
I mean, do you want me to beat you over the head with a hammer? Do you want me to beat you within an inch of your life with my bare fists?
No, that would make
Do
the
you want
memory
me
flooding
to...
worse.
Do you want me to stab you?
I'd prefer you didn't.
Then I
wouldn't feel
won't.
it anyway. What's the
Do
point?
you
if
want
I
to
don't
stab
feel
me?
it? No. I would have stabbed you already if I wanted to stab you.
Then you know that what I tell you here is legit. I like to see myself as a man of my word, and I like to stick to my word. It is rare that I break my word. We may be a violent people, but we are not without our layers.
I will not be violent. I will not be brainwashed. I will not kill for you. I will not pledge undying loyalty to you. But we established very early on that we're family already, Ken.
And that's all I need to hear. Is there anything else?
Give mourning me a little time. We haven't merged yet.
Very well.
I'm dealing with the memories. I'm giving them to him slowly.
Very well.
Bye, Dad.
Goodbye, son.